Hey guys, gotta use this beautiful weather. Sun is out, a little cooler than usual, but there's not much wind, and I am loving the day, loving my life, loving what I'm doing, loving all the support that I'm getting. So grateful and appreciative to each one of you in this community that's following along, taking your own happiness, finding those steps that are going to bring you peace, bring you joy, bring you love. And it's awesome. And remember, greatness starts with the first sip. So, I'm not perfect. Never claim to be. Never will be. I just keep striving to become a better version of myself each and every day. And that's why I do what I do and how I do it. Whether I speak for 5 minutes or 5 hours, it's all the same thing because I'm trying to hone a skill set, learn new skills. And I'm going to admit, I got emotionally triggered yesterday. And I did something that's usually not in my way of being lately. But I got on Facebook and I got doom scrolling through posts and everything like that. And I got emotionally triggered by one. And it's a rather innocuous post, but it really bit at me. And it was an acquaintance of mine that I've known through public school, high school, and beyond, worked together with this person, various gigs over the years. But they posted on Facebook, says, I may not be able to do TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, but I can write in cursive, do math in my head, yada, yada, yada. And so I saw this post and I said, is that better? And I actually typed that and responded into the chat about that. And the response to me was, well, yeah, these are life skills. You can do them. Yeah, so doesn't make them better. TikTok and Instagram today are life skills. The future is not what it was in the past. The present is moving forward. What skills are going to help you now? And like I say, I liked her response. I didn't respond back. I didn't want to get into an argument trying to manipulate her for her energy, try to come around to my way of thinking because that's not what I'm about. What I'm about is trying to inspire others to see life differently, to stop judging. And how can I do that if I'm going to get into a internet trolling conversation with a donkey? Because let's face it, I don't know how to harness up a plow that's run by a horse. I have no need for it. It's sort of like the generation of youth today has no need for doing mental math because they can pick up a cell phone and they've got a calculator at their disposal 24/7. They've got cursive, they can type. And if society goes to shit, being able to do mental math in your head is not going to really put food on your table. So, really and truly, at the end of the day, I got emotionally triggered. Don't know why that is, but like I say, the skills that we're building for the future are not the skills that we needed in the past. And learning TikTok and Instagram could be a useful life skill for even people my age, people older than me. And it's never too late to start to learn new skills that are going to help you in the future, not skills from 30 years, learning skills from 30 years ago that are now moot. It's all about learning, becoming a better version of yourself, and acknowledging the fact that things that we needed 30 years ago aren't the things that we're going to need 30 years from now. And yeah, so I feel no sense of moral superiority because I know how to write in cursive and I know how to add 30,000 to 222 and read a clock that's got digital handles on it. To me, those are pointless skills that are no longer necessary in today's society. So sorry if I'm upsetting people by saying that, but we have to prepare our family and our children for the future that they're going to grow up in, not the, what it was like 30 years ago to prepare us for today. And at the end of the day, that's just my take on shit. And like I say, my way of thinking is no superior or inferior to anyone else's. It's just mine, and I have to learn lessons based on how I believe and what I need to do. And that's basically being mindful of not to start doom scrolling and getting into arguments with people based on their way of thinking. I just have to follow my own way of thinking, follow my own path, learn new lessons by making different choices instead of reverting to form and making those same decisions that I made in the past. So that's how I started the day. That's what I did. I focused on that. I thought about that, and I realized, no, I don't need to get involved in those arguments because they're pointless. And you're never going to change anybody's opinion by trying to convince them that your way is correct. You have to show them by living the life that your way is better. Just knowing something, if you don't use it, is pointless. You have to use what you know on a day-to-day basis to improve and improve in life. And so I don't write cursive every day. I speak cursive every day. Well, no, I curse every day, I guess is what I should be saying. And hey, that's just me. That's my way of being. And hopefully nobody's emotionally triggered by the fact that I swear a bit, because to me, that's just like my mentor, Matt, the paprika of life. And I don't use it to be ignorant or anything else. It's just that's what comes to me in the present moment. And it's part of my way of not being emotionally triggered. But I do love my coffee. And that's great. And like I say, it's all about the possibilities that we can achieve going forward. And the possibilities that I see in my life right now are limitless. And that's because I'm taking that consistent, committed, imperfect, inspired action each and every day, becoming a better version of myself, leaning into the fear, being less judgmental, being more open minded. And that's what it's about, being more open minded, knowing that we can't live in the past, knowing that we have to live for the future and take those steps towards a brighter future and changing our belief systems. And as we change our belief systems, we change our experiences in the day to day. And sure, I don't use TikTok or Snapchat or Instagram all that often. I stick to my Facebook and post on YouTube, which is really and truly very Gen X of me. But like I say, I can get involved in the Riz, Ohio, skibbity toilets, and that's okay too. Our slang was crazy to our parents, which was crazy to their parents. And everything's just, it's the same thing. It's just different perspectives. And we just have to be open minded that the future is not set in stone. Timelines keep shifting, and our beliefs create the timelines that we're going to face going forward. So if you stay stuck rooted in the past, you're going to get more of the same. You're going to be that old man that's arguing with clouds. You're going to be that person that's stuck in a mindset that can't evolve and can't expand. And I don't want to be that person. At the end of the day, the person I want to be is the person that can learn new lessons, learn new things, learn new skill sets. And the skill sets I want to learn are for the future that I want to create, not some rose-colored glasses past that we should, oh, it'd be so much better if we could go back to the good old days. Well, really and truly, what was so good about them? They're nowhere near compared to how awesome things are today. And like I say, it's all how you look at it is how it'll resonate. And I think there's a bright, better future ahead of us as long as we don't stay rooted in the past or look back at the past with rose-colored glasses. We have to acknowledge that that the past were stepping stones to the present, which creates a better, more expansive future. But if we hold on to that belief style that everything was better before and everything's going to shit now, guess what you're going to get? A future full of more shit. But once you realize that there's abundance in the world, and it's not limited resources, and it's an infinite amount of resources, and that you have the very necessary resources at your disposal to start today what makes you happy each and every day. And it just takes making that first step, pushing forward through that resistance, chucking the shame, chucking the jealousy, chucking the envy, chucking the judgment. Stop judging other people. We are each on our own path in life. We have established those building blocks through our conditioning and social mandates, and we can push through that and evolve and expand. And my way is no superior or inferior to my child's way. He's got lessons to learn that are from me and his mother. And he has to figure out in his own mind how to transcend our limiting beliefs and expand further. And I have to, being a person that's a generation behind him, focus on my social conditioning and my beliefs and what I grew up with and transcend that. And I want to transcend that from a moment of the perfect present moment. Because at that point in time, now that I know that everything has been a setup for the here and now so that I can be fantastic going forward, I'm embracing it. And that's what I want for each one of you in this community is to embrace that. Find what makes you happy and go for it. Because when we keep rooting ourselves in what happened and being so focused on what happened and the drama and the bullshit that really doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that we are in an abundant world of energy. Cost is meaningless. Money is meaningless other than the weight that we put behind it in our own thoughts and beliefs. I know that the universe will provide me with the necessary resources to reach more and more people each and every day. And I'm going to be so grateful when one of these videos goes viral and I'm reaching more and more people. And it's not about having external status symbols to be happy. It's about knowing that I'm fulfilling my destiny, trying to inspire other people to find their own happiness, to find that happiness that's within inside of them, not focusing on shame, guilt, judgment, ridicule, focusing on pleasing yourself, living your best life, living your best life in spite of what society says, but because it resonates with you, because it resonates with your higher self, because it resonates with whom you want to be going forward, learning new lessons, evolving your soul, evolving your spirituality. Evolution can only take place when you stop being rooted in the past and you start focusing towards the future that you want to live and taking those steps each and every day. Because the future that you want to envision and focus on and take the steps on can be created by you, and you can live in that timeline. You can live in any timeline you want as long as you start making actions and choices and focusing your energy towards that timeline. And my timeline is in the day to day, improving myself each and every day, helping the me of 5 years from now achieve those fantastic ambitions because I'm taking those steps to help him, not to drag my past self to where I am now. Already done that. Been there, got the t-shirt. And it's not for me to drag anybody else for who I was 5 years ago to where I am today. It's for me to achieve where I want to be 5 years from now. And I'm doing that each and every day by taking baby steps, fucking around and finding out, and living my best life attuned to who I want to be, not to who I was or who somebody else thinks I should be. I no longer give away my power. I no longer try to placate other people in some quid pro quo kind of way. It's not do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's doing for others as resonates with your higher self. And for me, that means inspiring other people, not trying to manipulate them, control them, say, Oh, I did you a favor. You owe me one. Or I'll give you $20, but you better pay me back on Friday. Whatever. It's just silliness. And it's like my father used to say to me when I was a kid, just striking out in the world. Says, Cam, one of these days, you're going to loan one of your buddies $100 and you'll never see them again. Count that a good investment. And you know what? He was right. He also said, when you're striking out at work, just when I don't have a great fortune to stake you to right now, but I'll give you another piece of advice along with the $100 thing. Says, one of these days, you're going to be at work and you're going to get blamed for something that you feel is not your responsibility. Guess what? Take it. And I always took that advice to heart, but I take it to heart in a different way now. I see it in a different way now because I know that everything that I think of is my own personal responsibility. And the circumstances that I find myself in are my responsibility. And I can't be angry if I get blamed for something that I didn't do because I actually did do it. I did create that situation by my thoughts, choices, behaviors, and actions. And that's okay. And it's all good. And that's how I'm moving forward. I'm accepting total 100% self responsibility on everything. I am responsible. And if something goes wrong, I am responsible. If something goes right, I am responsible because it's my choices, emotions, behaviors, and actions that makes my personality, which in turn shapes my personal reality. And I'm okay with taking the blame for something that in this three-dimensional reality maybe I didn't do because I created it through my thoughts and energetic being. Nothing can happen that you don't first think of. And that's the greatness of what you can do going forward. That's how you create your 8 weeks to anything. That's how you create all of your possibilities in life. That's how you move forward, becoming a better version of yourself each and every day. You think and ruminate on possibilities instead of bullshit. And if something in your mind comes up that is triggering you and festering away, lean into it and change it. Make a different decision and rewrite your own history because that's how you can recreate your own future. And you can do that just by sitting in a chair, grabbing a cup of coffee and saying, hey, I could have done that differently. This is what I would have done. I'm going to look back at that situation and I'm going to do it differently. And I'm going to be mindful. I'm going to swallow my Brussels sprouts and do it a different way next time. And I'm not going to devolve myself into negative self-talk. I'm going to lift myself up continually, knowing that I'm becoming a better version of myself each and every day. Even when I don't want to do something, I don't have to do it. I choose to do what I want each and every day. I can choose to go out and manipulate other people for their energy, start some crazy email funnel, build an email list. I can do all that. Or I can take steps in my own life, showing people the magic and asking them, do you want to come with me? And if you do, great. If you don't, great. But we each have our own path to live. And I'm not going to try to control or convince anybody to take my path. I'm just going to live my path, show the results, and people will be magnetized to what I'm doing and my way of being. And that's the greatness of life. That's the magic. That's how you create greatness. It's by focusing on becoming a better version of you, not holding yourself up to somebody else, not shame about anything that you've done in the past, shame of what people will think of you. Open yourself up to the ridicule. Open yourself up to the jealousy. Shut yourself away from envy because we're each on the same path. And when we focus on ourselves as opposed to what other people are doing, that's when society transforms in a much better, healthier way. And I love it. And I've loved that I've recognized that in my own life. And I've stopped those patterns of self defeat. And I've embraced the patterns of self love, worthiness. Because I know each one of us on this planet are worthy of greatness, are worthy of abundance, are worthy of success. And the choices that we made in our past have brought us to this point where we can push forward exponentially. And it's great. And I'm doing it each and every day, becoming more physically fit, becoming wealthier, becoming healthier, and just loving what I'm doing each and every day and not being bitter, resentful that nobody's going to do it for me. Nobody can make you do anything that you don't choose to do. You don't have to do anything. You get to do whatever you want each and every day. You can either accept that the universe will provide you with the necessary resources, or you can fight tooth and nail being mad or trying to change matter. You can be resentful. You can be guilty. You can be shameful. You can do what society says you should do. That's okay too. But I'm just here showing that there's a different way. And I want to embrace that different way. And I want everybody to see what can happen when you do embrace that different way. And that's why my success is going to be undeniable, inevitable, and unstoppable, because I'm making those choices in the present moment, grateful for every opportunity that I've ever had along the way. And I know that the energy of the universe is with me. And I know I'm going to get to learn new lessons, and I'm going to get it from a place of abundance as opposed to a place of lack. And I don't lack anything. I have everything I need here and now, and I'm grateful for everything that I have here and now. And as I focus and ruminate on that, that's when I go forward. And it's not about Kundalini punches and breath work and the Akashic records or star seeds. It's about being true to what resonates with yourself. It could be anything. And like I say, be it the force, be it the Holy Spirit, be it chi, be it the quantum energy field, it's all the same stuff. It's that infinite surrounding that flows around us like a torus that we can grasp onto and give freely. And that's what I'm doing. I'm taking the energy of the universe, bringing it into myself, and breathing out love. And that's what it's all about. I love each and every one of you. I'm so happy and grateful for each and every one of you that are in this community, because we are living our best life each day by moving forward, focused on possibility, and focused on moving forward and creating a better version for the future. And society is going to improve. I firmly believe that as we each focus on ourselves, our own happiness, and move forward, showing others that there's a different way to live your life. So that's Coffee with Cam for today. Greatness starts with the first sip. Love all you guys, and look forward to tomorrow. Hopefully this weather will stay up, but I can keep being outside for a while yet. End of October, who knows? I might be forced back in studio before long, but that's a choice. Hell, I can sit out here in minus 20 degree weather. It's a choice that I'm going to have to make. But right now, I'm loving it, and the universe is providing me with the resources to do it. So have a great day, guys. Love you.